Well, I'm sure many of us would agree that the only thing better than a good book is a good book and a glass of wine. Or maybe that's just me. Thanks to the efforts of this next group, Marlborough now boasts an acclaimed book festival to complement its already great wine. Let's give a big round of applause to the Marlborough Readers and Writers Charitable Trust.
Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, in a beautiful province, there lived two friends who loved to read. They would talk about wonderful books and authors and dream about somebody organising a Readers and Writers event in Marlborough.
Somebody had to, you see, so we picked out two somebodies, Sonia and me.
So we had a big idea. We needed help.
We pulled together a cast of characters, including 5 busy women willing to create space in their busy family and working lives for an event they felt could make a difference to their community. Nobody asked how many hours it would be.
We needed a charitable trust, a lawyer, an accountant, a designer, publicity materials, sound and lighting, a bookseller, a photographer, and cash to get us started. We needed venues and accommodations, and we set our sights high so the authors would have a really lovely time in Marlborough.
And then we went to our community, and we were blown away by the response, by the number of people who started nodding before we'd even finished our pitch.
And it kept coming, from the talented interviewers like Jane Forrest Waghorn, to the 20 or so festival weekend helpers like Molly, who are happy to wash glasses, take tickets, clean loos, drive authors, and fetch pies for lunches. The passion of our committee and our community set us up for success.
The Marlborough Book Festival captured the imagination of Marlborough District Council. I'm Marlborough Mayor John Leggett. This is Sonia O'Regan, Sophie Breese, trustees and founders for the Marlborough Book Festival. We've watched the festival grow since 2014 and we've been delighted to be part of the plot. It's got economic development benefits, but what I really love is the relationships it builds within our community, the conversations it fosters and the people it reaches, both through the weekend itself and the initiatives to get authors into our schools.
So here's how the story unfolds. Since 2014, an incredible lineup of authors have come to the Marlborough Book Festival to share their stories in intimate venues, inspiring, entertaining and informing our audiences. Our main focus is New Zealand writers, and the depth of talent is immense. Our long lists are really, really long, and we try to create a program with something for everyone.
Our first festival with 6 authors was held at the Treehouse at Cloudy Bay and at a beautiful old building in Blenheim. We wanted interesting venues around the region and a central hub in Blenheim with low ticket prices, so the festival was accessible to everyone. Fiona Kidman told the Dominion Post that coming to our festival was a highlight of her year. One of our sponsors, Cloudy Bay, paid for her to go up in a classic plane as she'd just published her book about Jean Batten. It was a really memorable day.
The second year, we added sessions at Spy Valley Wines and on board a luxury catamaran in the Marlborough Sounds, inviting all the guest authors along. The paying audience couldn't believe their luck to have the chance to meet the likes of Joy Cowley and Patricia Grace while dining on fresh king salmon and mussels served with Dog Point wine. The same year, we began our series of free kids sessions, kicking off with Joy Cowley and Gavin Bishop at our public art gallery.
In our third year, we ran a bigger and better festival and also sponsored the New Zealand Book Council's Writers in School project, enabling 5 authors to spend the best part of a week visiting schools, inspiring hundreds of children. We really felt like we were hitting our straps then. Have you ever seen a child's face light up when they hear from an author that they really admire? Believe me, it is magic.
The New Zealand Book Council says encouraging reading, particularly reading for pleasure, is critical for our nation's prosperity and well-being. We agree. We think our book festival is enriching our community.
The fourth year, 2017, we hosted 13 writers, added Hunter's Wines as a venue, and we welcomed this dinosaur expert from Sydney, whose dinosaur socks, T-Rex jokes and stories of flying multicoloured dinosaurs were a delight to children and adults alike. This is C.K. Stead. On his final Poet Laureate blog, he dedicated this poem to the festival, the people who run it, and the vineyards who support it. Thanks, Mr. Stead. We're going to post it on our Facebook page if you'd like to read it at your leisure.
So from the start, we've wanted to treat authors and audiences to something intimate, characterful and memorable, to create a habitat for the varied and magical interactions of curious and creative readers and writers. When Steve Braunius named us the Spin-Off's Best Book Festival for 2016, he said the festival was professional, thoughtful, welcoming and creative, and that we treated writers and readers with respect.
Thanks, Steve. This is Jim, our awesome sponsoring photographer. He's made this video for this awards presentation, but we'll also be able to use it as a promotional tool. The voice in the background is Tessa, one of our lovely interviewers.
What's better than curling up with a good book on a winter's day? How about the chance to hear your favourite authors speak in beautiful settings while you enjoy a glass of Marlborough's award-winning wine? That's what a group of friends thought back in 2013 when they began organising the very first Marlborough Book Festival. Now a firm feature on the region's cultural calendar, the Marlborough Book Festival brings together wonderful writers, curious audiences and beautiful locations over a winter weekend in stunning Marlborough. The festival sessions are held in an array of settings, an intimate theatre in Blenheim, winery cellar doors, and even on board a luxury boat in the Marlborough Sounds. Since 2013, the renowned guest authors who have shared their stories and inspirations with us at sold-out sessions include Witi Ihimara, Dame Fiona Kidman, Patricia Grace, C.K. Stead and Catherine Chidgey. The Marlborough Book Festival is organised by volunteers under the umbrella of a charitable trust and is strongly supported by sponsoring businesses and the Marlborough District Council. Why don't you come and join us this year for a weekend that will leave you feeling inspired long after you return home? Tickets go on sale in April. For more details, check out our website at www.marlboroughbookfest.co.nz.
It looks beautiful, doesn't it? We're run by volunteers in a rural community, but we like to think our festival matches big city, big budget events. It's a lot of work, planning schedules, dealing with authors, sponsors, interviewers, venues, designers and schools, writing content for brochures, billboards, bookmarks, newsletters, Facebook and media releases, distributing said content, managing ticketing and logistics, and of course running the weekend itself.
All that work is worth it for the benefits to our community. We've seen collaborations between writers, friendships formed and sparks flying as people's love of reading is rekindled each winter. Each author has their unique impact on the audience. Witi Iremaya asked the audience, what is the Blenheim story? And he urged them to go home and write it. Kate de Goldie encouraged young people to love reading for pleasure. And Emma Neal showed us the significance of everyday life in her charming session at Cloudy Bay. We hadn't anticipated the benefit that our children, and there's 10 among our committee, would have of seeing us doing voluntary work, thus seeing the value of volunteer contribution.
Setting is key to any good yarn, and we think our vineyards, sounds and mountain ranges provide the perfect backdrop for the Marlborough Book Festival and will surely entice more people to come and visit.
But it's the community impact we value the most, and it's greater than we ever expected.
We're still only a few chapters in, and we can't wait to see where this story takes us.